This is Jason once again with some Niho 2. Let me get this thing started here. I waited too long for the startup VMA started. But yeah, our character has changed a fair bit. Her appearance has changed a lot. Eventually, I'm going to change the appearance of her clothes to more of the maiden design. Right now, let me see if I can get into a relatively dark place. You can get a good look at her facial expression. Yeah, her face is quite pale. That's actually makeup that I put on her, and her skin is also extremely pale. I'm going to build around. I'm going to kind of build some lore for her as we go. She's actually going to be a reptile maiden, or a snake maiden. Yep, as a famous ninja once said, "Get over here." Yeah, that's always fun to chain pull your enemy. Even fairly heavily armored human opponents have trouble avoiding that one. You know, we'll switch to low stance. It's still good. Most of the Kusarigama that I play is primarily in high stance, so a lot of the stats that are on this weapon are based on high stance and high attack, trying to reduce the overall key usage as much as possible, because it is fairly key expensive. But I'm also trying to train myself to get better at key pulsing with this particular weapon. My character is also considerably more powerful when it comes to her overall damage output, partially because of the level of the Kusarigama she's using. Also, come a long way. Let's take a look at the general stats. I'm a level 63. We've got 5 Constitution, 27 Heart, 6 Courage, 12 Stamina, 7 Strength, 37 Skill, 6 Dexterity, and 5 Magic. And all in all, her weapons do a fair bit of damage. We're not talking, thousands of damage per hit. That would be something you'd see in far future streams, where I'm working on like a new game plus or something, and that's still going to take me a while. This game is quite extensive, even. Yeah, even on the short end, this game is. Yep. And failure is rewarded with death. This shinobi right here in particular, it's always a good idea to just shoot him in the side of the head with an arrow and be done with it, instead of crossing swords with him, because he can be kind of a nuisance. He uses shurikens and a bunch of other equipment which can cause you problems. They also changed her horn structure to be more dragon-like. Kind of showing off her reptile, snake, and dragon lineage. That guy's a pain, so we're gonna eliminate him right away. We're not, however, going to attack this big guy like straight off. And unless you have direct physical contact with him, he usually won't come after you. Unless you give him an obvious reason to. Well, I try to eliminate the Gaki first, that way I'm not getting swarmed by them while trying to deal with him. Because yeah, it's just a Yaki, but all it takes is one miscalculation and you're in bad trouble. So. Yeah, and he's already taken a beating. He hit me once, but I wasn't careful enough. And down he goes. He goes down swinging. Oh, the Gaki over there while we're going. Give him a once over. Yeah, it has been a while. Been streaming a bit, not as often as I'd like, but lately I've been playing a combination of this and Gran Turismo 7. This in particular, because there's just so much to do, and I wouldn't say there isn't a level cap in this game, but all right, let me give me just 1 second, and I'll boost my overall overall volume out here. Give me just 1 sec. There, is that a bit better? That's another thing with this game, is it's an extremely loud game. Okay, cool. I did post, but the past couple streams I've posted two on Facebook. There was a third. I deleted it because it was just god awful. The tail end of it was me losing to, oh, I am so sorry. I cannot remember the creature's name, but it's the, pretty much the snake god in the third level. You know, I gambled and I lost big, so. And not even so much just to save face, just the whole video just wasn't all that great. So I binned that, and here we are. We're doing having another go at it, but I am gonna call for some backup when I try to take them on this time. I do have some sacred arrows, so we're gonna. Okay, I missed with that one, but that's okay. Yeah, that slowed him down a bit. Yeah, these guys are, especially when you first start fighting against these aberrant soldiers, they can be pretty difficult to handle until you get used to their mannerisms and the tactics they like to use. Because they are a combination of a close-up and a distance enemy. No, that's cool, man. It's always good to have company. Yeah, that is totally fine by us. And we're just going to keep talking because, you know, folks will probably be watching the stream secondhand through the YouTube video, which it will become once the stream ends. So. No, it's a lower level matchlock. I've already got a purple matchlock in my weapons case. It seems like a waste of ammo, but it's not. Archery is especially useful against these guys. If you can get them before they become aware of you, you can usually stick 2 arrows in their head and call it a day. That's usually the end of that story. What do we got for ammo? Oh, nice. We got 7 rifle rounds, so that's going to help us out quite a bit. And because we're not going to be going in reverse, we're going to pray here. If you hear any crunch or anything, I do apologize. I'm also eating dinner while I'm streaming, so I hope you'll pardon that. I know it irritates the hell out of some people, but we gotta eat. Alright. They're Gaki to the right, but I'm not really gonna worry too much about them. Let me get this guy. Alright. And that's pretty much it for him. We got a good jump on him. Like I said, there's Gaki to the right, but they're not guarding anything particularly useful. Now, there is a snake woman here. I know they have traditional names, but I just call them snake women. They spit poison. They also do a maneuver called Medusa Stare, which is a paralysis attack. Yep, they do that grapple, and yeah, that grapple hurts like the dickens, but nope, and there's her Medusa Stare. You just saw her do it. Nice. Yep, just knocked her on upside the head. Yeah, no matter what you do in this game, it is very Dark Souls-esque, so you're going to get hurt a bunch until you reach a certain gear and strength level. Then you'll most times be able to kill the enemies before they have a chance to even harm you. It doesn't guarantee that you're not going to get smacked around a little bit on occasion. I think, going to use my sword on this particular enemy coming up. I'm going to hit him with a rock to get his attention. Yeah, it's particularly like that. I should not have backstepped, but I did. Yep, I stabbed you in the butt. And that's pretty much it for him. I have one piece of Eureka gear. That's why you see a health prot going on right now. It doesn't give me back a ton of health, but it gives me back enough health to keep us going. I did at one point have a full set of Eureka gear, but it was just too heavy. Lately, I've been working on boosting my stamina in particular, so I can wear some heavier gear. That way I'm not wearing ultra light gear and getting my ass absolutely handed to me because of the amount of damage that I'm taking. But this character is never going to be a heavily armored character. That's just not the aesthetic I'm going for, and no, that requires a different play style than the one I'm trying to use. Yeah, the key, I'd say like the key pulse timing on a lot of my swords and dual swords is a little bit easier than the Kusarigama is. But once you get the timing down, you can usually get it to pop off pretty regularly. Now this guy here, I hate these guys. But if you can get in a chain pull on them, and you're close enough without them being aware of you, you can usually beat them into submission pretty quickly. In later levels, there's one I've actually gone quite a bit further than this. Pardon me. Yeah, some of the later guys like that carry switchglaives, and they can be an absolute nuisance unless you put them down fast. Yeah, the current build I'm using is kind of a hodgepodge because it's my first time playing through the game, so I'm taking my time. Because it started off as a three sword, one, you know, a main sword and two shorts, or dual swords build. But it's kind of a, like I said, kind of a hodgepodge now of different skills and abilities. And that guy did I actually kill? Oh, I did kill him. Sweet. I'm gonna jump down over here. That way we don't awaken. There is an aberrant soldier over by the snake statue we need to destroy. We're going to pop that guy in the head because he could become a problem if we don't put him down quickly. Nice. Ow. Ow. Yeah, and it's not even with their grabs, it's not even the slams that get you, it's that explosion at the tail end. But we can come back from that pretty good and whoop some butt. Yeah, breaking the snake statues, from what I've seen and from what you just saw, it forces the poison pools to empty and can make the boss fight in this area, I wouldn't say easier, but easier to maneuver in. Because usually the area that he lives in has poison pools in it. And that can just complicate the whole situation unnecessarily. So it's best to cut yourself a break and get rid of those. That's one statue. There's another statue in here. A giant Gaki. We're gonna bonk him on the side of the head. We failed the timing on that, because, yeah. Yeah, sometimes, like, the full-size Gaki are kind of a nuisance to get them to charge at you. The little ones are actually more apt to, you know, go in for a full-on attack versus just kind of biding their time and taking it steady. Big swing and a miss there, big guy. Another one. Yep, down you go. Yeah, and being, you know, I usually don't pick up most of the junk around the soul cores, but I will just to get the soul cores, and later I'll take everything to the blacksmith and break it down into its lesser components to try and get better and better gear. No, that's another statue destroyed. There's one more, and it's in a dark zone. You know, a little you know, cat yokai's around here somewhere, but I'm not really gonna go looking for them at the moment. I like using the shrapnel bombs when I have them, and when I have them in great enough number, because they can really do a pretty severe number on even many boss characters can really knock their health down, and that will give you a nice jump start on them. Hey, come over here. Yeah, with fighting Enki, for the most part, it's with most of the creatures, it's about exploiting their the openings in their attack patterns. But with him especially, the openings in his attack patterns are pretty large and glaring. So, yeah, and I'm gonna. You can see the Dark Realm over there. Yeah, that's where the last snake statue is. And it is going to be an Ipon Datara coming up. He's one of the hammer ones. I mean, he's still dangerous, but him using a hammer is actually preferred over his sword using type. And that's pretty much the end of that Ipon Datara. Yeah, if you can smack them around enough to stun them, then you can pretty much just close the distance and seal the deal on his ugly ass. Yeah, this... Let's see if I have any rifle shot. No, I don't have any rifle shot. Okay, so we're gonna have to pick our battles here. There is gonna be a Gaki there. I was hoping for a headshot, but there we go. There's that headshot. Yeah, there is one of those snake women in here. Yeah, you've got this guy, and you've got an aberrant soldier also. And you dropped an elixir and some gold. That's always nice. Yeah, we're running low on projectiles, so we're gonna have to... Well, the Gaki's dead, so we don't have to worry about him. If we get right on over here and do this quick. Yeah, we can save ourselves some time and some trouble by avoiding most of the enemies in here. Like, unless you directly attempt to attack that snake woman, she's not even going to bother with you. I wouldn't say that most of them are quote-unquote blind, but they're, you know, their perception seems to be based on whether you attack them or not, a lot of the time. Or if you run up and try to ask for their number, they'll paralyze you and squeeze the stuffing out of you. Well, yeah, that's okay. We're pretty much good with this area. I'm gonna come over here. Let's search up a couple of the corpses right quick, and see if I can call in an actual human backup to assist me in killing this particular boss character, if I have enough Ochako cups. Okay, cool. I have 6, so I am more than prepared to. Okay, I put out the call for assistance, so actual live human beings will be dropping in. Here's a hoping they're of equal or greater level to me. If I use Ochako cups to call in, say, like non-human base players, like friendly revenants. When fighting a boss, I'll usually do that and use them as bait. You know, the boss can attack them while I'm doling out the damage. Here's hoping that Enki soul is, you know, leveled enough. And I'm gonna come over here. Okay, we have no arrows, we have no rifle shot whatsoever. And I'm gonna get rid of this lady, that way I don't have to worry too much. Yeah, that grab is usually their big damage move. Okay, we are poisoned a little bit, but that's not really an issue since we're loaded up on antidote. And our self-healing just procced. If no other friendly human players drop in, then it'll give me back my Ojiko cups, which I'd rather it didn't. I would much rather have some support, so I don't have to call in one of these non-human revenants. I will if I have to, but I'd really rather have live support. I'm gonna give it. Okay, cool. Well, this person's also a level 54, so they have to be fairly. Now, this revenant has to be fairly skilled. And I'm gonna hurry up and quick eat a healing thing. Oh, here we go. You might have some assistance dropping in here in just a second, which would be very nice. I mostly just want to croak this boss so I can move on to the next. Yep, and in we go. Yeah, they're both fallen, so yep, here we go. Get knocked around a little bit. I've seen worse. Now that he's done that, we're going to switch over to our power form and put a whooping on him. Very nice, oh cool. And I get another Yatsuno Kame core. Very nice. Yeah, we're gonna thank this player for helping us out. A little bow, because we're polite people that way, like that. Always cool to have backup. Doesn't mean you have to, but if you're still fairly new to the game like I am, level 64 as far as people and levels are concerned. I'm a baby beginner player as far as the rest of the Niho 2 community is concerned. So that's one of the reasons why it's a good idea to get the Ochoko cups, because then you can, pardon me, then you can call for help. Yeah, Yatsuno Kame is actually a pretty cool summon. I only have one other Yatsuno Kame at the moment. We're gonna go to the blacksmith in a minute, though. I want to check the hut first. Deliveries, Glory 198, 1 Ochoko Cup, 3 Ochoko Cups, 1 Righteous Jasper. Yeah, well, I also put one of my a Blue Revenant out on the first level just before you fight Mizuki, just to assist people with getting through that first boss fight, because when you're like a level 1, it can seem a little bit harrowing to get rid of that particular enemy. Just for the fun of it, we're going to go back through this one after we go to the blacksmith and reduce a bunch of the junk we're carrying around, because I'm sure we're carrying a lot. Yeah, I've got some fairly high, as far as I'm concerned, high-level weapons. That's a 25. That's a 19. Yeah, most of those aren't worthy to clean up after us. I do have the Amanba's knives. That way, when I do decide to dual wield again, I'll have a nice set of dual swords that can really go to town, and they're level 35, so that's pretty decent. Weapons with corruption, for those of you that are not aware, are especially useful against humans. Against yokai, I wouldn't say they don't do anything, but most yokai are already afflicted with corruption. Yokai come from corrupted flesh, so it kind of behooves you not to really mess with that. Oh, I thought I did have a purple matchlock, but it must have been a lower level. I must have upgraded to a newer one, I guess. We're not gonna mess with any of the clothes or masks right now. I'm gonna see if it's gonna let me forge a new rifle. That would be kind of neat. Just mess around with some of the stuff we got. Okay, so I can craft one of these. Well, let's see what we get. Alright, it's a 35. Rifle damage is good. No, it's a 36. That's okay. Another 36. Another 35. I'd love it if the thing would give me like a 38. This 35 with three levels of familiarity up to 750 isn't bad. It's really not, and we can always re-roll some of that stuff. Let's take a look at the oh no, what rifles we got and which ones are best. Now, looks like yeah, don't get me wrong, this 35 isn't bad, but this 35 is better by a far sight. What's this? Do apologize for that. Alright. So we can switch from a lesser one to a better one. You as well, young lady. Okay. I wouldn't really mess with a favorite for the blacksmith, because I honestly don't really care for that one that much. I mean, I can do it, it's just I'd rather not. let's see what level our Kusarigama is now. Alright, it's a 38 up to 378. It's got a ways to go, but if we can get this thing to break 400 damage, we'll be doing pretty good. Our Uchigatana's pretty strong. Yeah, let's switch match locks to there we go. That's loads better. I've got so much clothes to sort through. It's not even remotely funny. I picked up a new, looked like a high level fan. At least I thought it was a high level. Maybe I was kidding myself. Oh, it's he gotten back unscathed, which for the most part isn't worth the trouble. I think anyway. I could be entirely wrong, but going unscathed is more difficult than one might think. It's just it's way more trouble than it's worth. Knock that guy upside the head. An elixir, because if we don't have need for elixirs, they go to the storehouse and they can be replenished later. Yeah, like that one just gets sent to the storehouse. Okay, cool. Yeah, we have to be, I don't know what the level is, but to get to our next level, it's going to be fairly expensive. Now we have arrows. That's always good. A lot of times I won't mess with the boxes unless I know it's a 3 gold bar box, because that's going to have a tanuki in it. Yeah, it always pays to take out the guys on the roof so they don't become an issue. Kind of a nuisance, and it seems like a waste of arrows, but it's really not. You're saving yourself the headache of having to deal with them if you don't get rid of them right now. Yeah, like this guy picking over the body down there. Always wait until the Odachi user has turned his back. Otherwise you'll alert him. It doesn't mean he'll run around the building and come and get you, but also means that it yeah, that was a pretty good stealth kill on that guy. And you end up picking up a fair decent amount of gold and building materials, elixirs, and junk like that from these guys. Alright. No, that's a 2-bar. That one's already been opened, unfortunately. No, I'm not gonna try to try to pot that guy from a distance. I was close enough that I felt comfortable doing that. And we'll just pop that door in case, by some unimaginable happening, that we happen to die. We'll at least be able to get back if we don't pray at another shrine up here like we should. There's going to be an Ippon de Tara in this area. Yeah, the optimal outcome is to kill him, either kill him quickly or snap his tusks off. We fortunately were able to dispose of him rather quickly this time, so that's always kind of cool. Man, most of the gear I have now is leaps and bounds better than anything I'll find in these levels. Because I don't have a lot of my summons set up with item drops in mind. If you like later on in the game and you really want a bunch of loot to break down and either craft or have a better chance of getting something good, then setting your summons up to increase your chances of dropping, you know, like if you got really high luck or percentage item or equipment drops of a high enough level, you'll get that'll really increase your chances. This right here is an older grave of mine that I left in this area, which I'm actually going to replace now. Where's that Jasper at? Because that one's out right, but cool. Benevolent grave previously placed in the special will be replaced? Absolutely. Yeah, because this new grave, okay, so it's because of level, it's forcing my character to be a level 40 in this level. Okay, well, that's fine. It's not optimum, but now if my character has to be forced into the cone of being a level 40, it'll help people that just got to this level, and they're like, I don't know, level 10 or 15 maybe. You know, and they'll say that this level's like rated as like a level 10. Dare I say it, but that is a lie. That is a blatant lie. Unless you're like, you know, born gifted playing this game. Most level 10s are not going to have so much of a problem with the level itself, but the boss at the end of this level can be a real pain in the ass. Gaki Soul Core, which unless it's got something really cool on it, I'll probably break it down. Yeah, we don't have any sacred arrows, so we're just gonna shoot that guy right in the head and get rid of his horn. So, well, his horns. Yeah, roar all you like, you're still getting your ass kicked, so. Yeah, that's probably one of the best openings from an enemy you could hope for. Is when he that particular Yoki does his forward / combo. If you can back up like you saw me do it, stay ahead of him. The instant he drops that hard down slash, just start pummeling him. Okay, all the Gaki are gone, so we can open fire on this guy. Get him to chase us into a more open spot. Yeah, sometimes he'll do a slash and then a stab. That's one of his more open attacks, or he'll do that combo. A lot of times there'll be a dweller up on this bridge. He can be a bit of a pain if you're not careful. Yeah, getting rid of this guy, getting an elixir and some stone from him. Alright, and that's his counterpart. You can hear running around up on the bridge. Now once he spots you, then he'll stand up and start throwing explosives at you. Now which you can either force to happen, or it'll just happen on its own. I like to get rid of those guys before they become an issue. They're just more of an inconvenience than a danger. Most of the time, anyway. This Gaki will also throw explosives if you do not shoot him off that footbridge. And you just saw the dweller up there running back. Okay, I missed him, but yeah, if I can hit him from here and get him to stand up, that will make life so much easier. No, I don't know how I missed him again, but just die, goddamn. There we go. It took him a second to finally cop it. Alright, Ippon to Tara. Yeah, this one uses an Odachi as a friggin' pogo stick. Interesting attack though it may be. It also increases the chances that you can drop him right on his face. Yeah, especially just a humble opinion coming from me. Especially when you first initially start playing this particular level, if you see any kind of Yariki gear, put it on. Because on kill, it will grant you the chance. It really depends on the amount of chance, but A full set of Eureka gear starting off in this game will keep you alive fairly well because of the health on kill ability that it has. Is it flawless? Is it the best armor in the game? I don't know, but it you know, it could easily be tailored to your play style. If you like using really light armor. Yeah, let me take a look at the look at our gear weight. Yeah, we're at 24.8 out of 35.4 pounds. So our agility's a B. It's not top notch, but we are working on our stamina to hopefully get it up to an A, or at least keep it in B as we get better and heavier gear. I'll kick this ladder down, even though we don't really need it right now. That growling that you hear in the background, I'm pretty sure is Enra, the level boss, making most of that racket. Okay, and we can't shoot this archer like we'd like to, because we don't have any arrows at the moment, which isn't a huge problem, but it does complicate things a little bit. Yeah, a lot of times the archers, like that one that we just killed, are usually fairly squishy. This box is going to have a shapeshifter in it. I can tell you right now because of the 3 golden bands on it instead of the usual 2. Yeah, this creature is a lot like a mimic in like Dark Souls, but this one doesn't instantly try to kill you. If you play its game, you can get some good stuff out of it. Okay. At your service. Yeah, it's basically a mimic the mimic type of game. If you do well and mimic the movement exactly, then the thing will be happy and vanish. If you do the wrong move or upset it, or just attack it outright, then it's pretty much you're pretty much going to be fighting yourself with all your current abilities. It doesn't guarantee that the creature will use all of your abilities, but there's a chance. So you have to watch out for the likelihood that the game will try to yeah, I always say Revenant, but Benevolent Grave is what the blue ones are. The red ones are hostile Revenants of other players, or NPCs that were created to fight with. If you defeat them, they usually drop Ochoko cups, and that can be really useful for calling forth some backup when you go into the boss fight here. I don't want that Eureka helmet, but that's okay. These walls here are kind of funny. They aren't always necessarily hostile, but you do have to perform specific emotes. That's why it's always a good idea to check the grave nearest to the wall. It says Crush to Death by Nurakabe because he used a neutral behavior. So you want to instead not use a neutral, but either an aggressive or a friendly emote. Enra, even at level 64, is still dangerous. At least to me in the way I play, because I still have not mastered using counters on boss characters. You know, learning. You know, it's all about pattern. And I'm dead off with learning some enemy patterns. Yeah, I was hoping he was going to go for the spear throw again. Nope, he did the free. And we get a punish for that. And I also got an overall damage boost for that. Because instead of just using the attack that I had, I circled and initiated it from behind. Which will, most of the time, if you attack an enemy from behind, you're going to do more damage for the whole shot. Now, sneak attacks are especially powerful in this game. And even more so if you spec into using sneak attacks as your bread and butter to really take a chunk out of an enemy. Like this, for example, I'm going to come right up on him and we're going to do a sign of the cross, just to show you how much damage you can do at this level. And 1800 right there. You know, now there goes pretty much half of his life bar. Yeah. No, we just the initial attack didn't snap his horns, but that second one certainly did. Yeah, we hit him a total of 5 times, and we killed him. Pretty solid, and that sword's not even remotely close to being at full power. So. Pull from this guy, because this corpse always has arrows of some type. It always has them. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to use my my Ippon Datara summon on this guy here. Yeah, Gaki can produce a pool of paralytic, and they usually tend to drop anti-paralysis needles. So they're kind of the cause of some potential problems, but they're also kind of in and of themselves the solution to that very same problem. Kind of interesting. All right, picked up the forge key. Pardon me. Sip of our drink here. All right. Now, we could go down here and fight another Ippon Datara. I think that's what we're gonna do, just for chuckles. I mean, maybe he'll drop another soul core. I think, yeah, even though I have a yokai shift ready to go, I'm not going to use it. Mostly because I wouldn't say it would be a waste to use on him, but I'd rather use it against an Enra. I know for a fact he's a much bigger threat. Yeah, I may take a little fire damage, but we put him to bed rather quickly. So yeah, that was a pretty quick one and done. Most, not all, but most enemies are fairly susceptible to paralysis. The ones that usually aren't are like the snake women that I showed off in the beginning of the stream. Their paralysis resistance is fairly high. But they also naturally have the ability to induce paralysis. Now with their Medusa stare that they do. There is a shrine here, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Because if I have a friendly NPC with me, I'm pretty sure we can wrap this particular fight up pretty quickly. That one's a level 15. I'm not knocking anybody that's level 15, but I usually go for the ones that are higher, like this level 32. Has a better chance of playing a more enticing piece of bait for a rather nasty friend here. Before we go in, I'm gonna go to the shiftling tree. Yokai penalty. Yes, please. Our key recovery gets absolutely just abused when we're in Dark Realm locations. Okay, well, oh, hang on, I think we got ourselves a title here. And we've earned a Gaio point. So, increase the damage dealt by all yokai abilities. Yes, please, and thank you. We will take that, and now in we go. Alright, right out of the gate, he's starting his naughty then. Yeah, if it's an Enra is especially weak to water. Oops. Oh, I misjudged that. I misjudged that distance-wise. And now we're gonna pop our yokai form and beat his ass. And that's it. He is done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and wouldn't. How do you like that? He actually dropped a soul core. This will be my now third or fourth Enra soul core that I've ever picked up. Now it looks like our the NPC that died or left. Well, he died. So usually, if they die, they're not likely to drop the Jasper, which lets you leave friendly revenants behind. But yeah, if you defeat something and you still have a friendly revenant alive, they will usually vanish and leave a sack of Jasper behind. You want that so you can leave friendly graves for other players to use. Okay, level 16 in Enra, which is good. It's a Soul Core rank 4 already. That's pretty solid. One Ippon to Tara, one Enki, one Gaki. Okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, we're gonna go to the shrine here. And we're gonna level up. And I'm gonna put another point into stamina. And I'm gonna check the hot stuff you guys don't really need to or want to see. Okie dokie. Yeah, I've made it over to soaring. I took down trying to remember what his name is, but the lead villain in this area is a samurai with a Yoshimoto, I think is his name. But yeah, we took his ass down. This is a level I'm on now, and I haven't really tried to go very far with it, but in time I shall. Just not at the moment. This stream's gone on for a little over an hour, and I think that's going to do it for tonight. I thank each of you all very much for stopping by and watching a stream. I will be streaming again this Sunday, this coming Sunday. What's that? Sunday, April 3rd. Anyway, you folks have a good night and take care.